Okay, so first I think that we need a checklist for if you come across any sort of friction problem. So, first thing first, identify all your variables. Or identify any information that was given to you. Okay, so this could be mass, it could be acceleration, it could be the weight, it could be a force being pushed on it, it could be a coefficient of friction, it could be anything. Any of those variables, like MA, mu, Fs, Fk, any of those, identify them all. Even if you don't think they're important, they probably are, identify them all. Then, next step, identify any formulas. Okay, so in friction, there's only like 3 possibilities that we've been using so far. So we have F equals ma. That's not actually a friction one, but we use that for the weight. We use that with net force to calculate acceleration once we've already dealt with the friction. Then you have, capital F, K, mu K, Fn. So this is kinetic friction. Or we have static friction. And F equals ma, I think you guys should all know. The other 2 I've been putting on your tests and quizzes. Okay, once you've identified any formulas, I would draw a free body diagram. Okay, so this means that you need to label all the directions. So label or calculate. If you're given the weight, just label it. If you need to calculate it, then calculate the weight. And remember, you use F equals ma for that, where F is unknown. That's the one you don't know. You know m, you know acceleration is gravity. Then normal force is the exact same as the weight, just pointing up. Then you've got, let's see, if you know the friction force, label that. If you don't, label Fk or Fs to the left. We're just going to be consistent. Label friction going to the left. And then label your push going to the right. Okay, so you definitely will be able to calculate the weight and the normal force. You should always calculate that when you're doing your free body diagram. Unless it was already given to you, that's fine. Fk and Fs, you might not know those yet. So at least label them with Fk or Fs so you know which one you're dealing with. And then label the push. You might not know that either, but you'll be able to calculate it later. So draw a free body diagram. Then go to the next page and continue this. Okay, so next thing on the list, what is the question asking for? Okay, I mean, I know, like, it seems like every single time I go through a problem with some students, we come across, we're looking for something and they just don't know if we know it or not. And if the question is asking for acceleration, for example, you know that's going to be the question mark. So definitely read what the question is asking. And like write it down or highlight it, something, so that you know what you're looking for. And then you want to try and figure out a way between what you've got and what you're looking for. So look at what you've got. So look at what you've got and see what you can get from it. So, like for example, if I had mu k and fk, I could go figure out Fn. That would never really happen because I'm giving you the normal force usually. Or let's switch it around. If I had Fn and Fk, that will happen. You can get mu k because those are all in a formula together. If you have the net force and mass, you can get acceleration from that because F equals ma. If you have, let's see, if you have like Fk and you know it's a constant velocity, you can get the push from that because Fk and the F push have to match each other if it's going at a constant velocity. Okay, so look at what you've got in your pile of information that you identified at the very beginning and see where you can go from there. So look at all your formulas, see if you know enough information to go anywhere further. And then once you've got that information, see what you can get from that. And if you find anything that you can add to your free body diagram, totally do that. It helps to look at the picture, especially like if you have Fk and you have F push and they don't match, for example, it's easier to figure out the net force if it's all in a picture. So anytime you figure something out that should go in your free body diagram, add it to your free body diagram. Okay, so that's it for the checklist, and then I'm going to build a video for different types of problems.